Alrighty, hello everyone. Give me just a second to sort some stuff out here real quick. And then I will show myself. I guess I could just show myself. Look at this. Camera. Wow. Hello. Ugh, my voice cracked. Hello. Hi. Hail and well met. We're gonna be working on more Blight of Blackridge today. Just gotta pull up everything that I need here. So for now, you have to see my face. I know. Such a tragedy. Okay. I don't know exactly what was a criminal offense to show oneself off. True. Good morning, good morning. Or in my case, good afternoon. Let's see here. Give me just a second. I think we might do card design, but maybe some other stuff. Okay, let's I think we got everything here. Full display. There we go. Fun with cards today, eh? Yes, so that should be the plan. Again, if you do feel so inclined, I am streaming on Twitch as well. I am trying to, again, keep pushing for affiliate. I will post the link just in case, if you want to. Again, no pressure, but we're close, so. Boo Radley, my man. What up? How you doing? I cannot stay very long, unfortunately. All good, my dude. Appreciate you coming to say hi. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm doing quite yet. It's either going to be designing cards, like the cards themselves, like what they do. The Turnip King. Or alternatively, working on more card art. But honestly, it probably makes the most sense to do cards first. Engagement for your Twitch, yes. Yeah, thanks for raiding in with me yesterday. That was good. As you can see, Twitch has some cool features. It's got them cool features. But yeah. I really want just some of that, like, because it really, I mean, the biggest unfortunate thing is if I do get affiliated, there will have to be advertisements, which kind of sucks. But the benefit is we get cool stuff like channel points and emotes and all that fun stuff. So, and we're pretty dang close. I mean, we have the viewers, right? But they're just on YouTube right now. No problem. I think it's cool connection that YouTube should do too. So technically they do it, but live streaming's an afterthought, really. Like you can raid people, but you have to opt into it. Like to opt into people being able to raid you. So you would have to find like, I don't know if it really even, I've never seen an ad on YouTube Live. That's because I have them off. I could have them on, but I figure in the meantime, right now, it's not really worth it. Probably when we get partnered or whatever affiliate on Twitch, I might turn it on, but I don't know. We'll see. I am unsure at the moment. But yeah, rating you have to opt into it as a creator. And then like there's no easy functionality to find other streams. So you have to like literally just know who's streaming. And not a lot of people YouTube live stream. Actually, give me half a second. I need to like get some tissues because my allergies are acting up. Part of the reason my allergies are acting up is because somebody wanted the window open. Now, I'm not going to name names, but we do love the window. It is very nice out. So apologies if there's any like sounds, but she likes the window. I'll tell you what. There we go. Gotta have the cat cam. Yeah, we could do more card art. There's a few that I think could use some tweaking, but I think I'm decently like happy enough with all these that do the pop out thing so you can see him. I think really the goal here is just create more cards, and then we can do more art for those cards once we're at that point. Yeah, we got the Railroad Wraith. I might want to like maybe slightly shift it over so the text isn't over it, but we'll have to do like a little bit of tweaking to some of the stuff, but yeah. For now, I think it's looking pretty good. Therefore, in conclusion, I think it is time to come up with ideas. Right? We gotta come up with more items. I wonder if this looks better. Sort of. But also sort of not. Let me try something. Actually, no, I want to do this. Give me just a minute here. I'm just trying to make this more viewable for y'all because this just isn't ideal. I know spreadsheets aren't like the most amazing thing to look at anyway, but I would rather it at least look more interesting. Spreadsheet gaming. It's true. I wish there was a better way to do this, but AKA sports manager sim. True. How does this look? Does it look good? I mean, it's at least more presentable, I feel like. I also sometimes feel like I need a third monitor when I stream. Looks great. Okay, cool. You get to see me more, you get to see your chat more, you get to see whatever. It's good. Thumbs up perfectly. Here. Let's test this too. There we go. You always needs N+ monitors. Where the current number is the number of monitors. Very true. Boo Radley. Anyway. Okay. I don't know if this will work for like everything, because some of these might look different, but we can adjust the monitors accordingly. I guess we just do this, just make sure whatever's in center screen. I'm a single monitor guy. It depends on how big your monitor is. I feel like if you have huge monitors, it's okay doing it in like, you know, using this feature. Oh, by the way, I'm working on my website. This is not working, but the idea is that this is a tangent. I apologize. The idea is that I can have a portfolio for all my stuff, so you can like look at everything. Yo, how we doing? Yo, Anonymous, what's up? How you doing today? I'm doing great. We got my comic stuff. We got Robity. I don't know if I really talk. Wow, my voice keeps cracking. I think it's just because allergies are hurting my throat. I don't know if I ever really talked about Robity, but it's a childhood concept turned into a less childhood concept. Anyway, it's robots. That's all you need to know, really. But yeah, the idea is to have like a hub for everything. Got an armies page where you can like play the game and all that kind of stuff. So this is the goal. The goal is to have a hub for everything. You can see patch notes, all that kind of stuff. Obviously the Discord's kind of that, but I also would like to, this just needs a little work. The homepage needs some work, and I need to get some of my prop stuff in here just to get it back to old functionality, although this doesn't really matter currently, but yeah, here we are. That's a tangent. What was I even talking about? Nothing important, probably. But yeah, stuff needs work. That's all I'm trying to get at here. Yeah, we need to work on the actual card design itself. Ideally, I think I'd like to around double the number of cards, just for variety's sake. That said, I'm not entirely certain if some of that should just be number of copies and how much of that should just be new cards. Because I don't want to add new cards that are just going to break the game, anything like too powerful or anything like that. But I do want to add stuff for variety's sake. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we are working on Blight today. Mr. Why not plan for an expansion, polish what is there, and then add? So with Blight, I think it just needs a little bit more, not a whole heck of a lot. And I don't really want to work on this game too much longer. Not that I dislike it, but I think it's I just kind of want a solid little game, and then because it's pretty good as is, arguably. But I don't really want. I think the base game needs a little bit more, just a little bit, not by a whole heck of a lot. And I think honestly, most of that is just increasing the quantity of cards, like the number of cards in a deck, just because part of the problem is the amount you have to shuffle. And sometimes the number of cards run out when you're playing. I think the ideal number sounds kind of ridiculous. Here's the thing. Basically, you have up to 4 players, right? I guess let's pull up the game yet again. I do like that idea. I mean, of just having the base game be what it is, and then adding an expansion. That definitely could be. I think. Let me. Adding cards isn't so much like, one, it's for variety's sake when you're playing like lots of games over and over again, but the other part is because at least just the number of cards, that is for, let me go back to this real quick. Oh, I didn't have Luna on the other display. What a mistake. There we go. Gotta have the kitty. Let me illustrate a point here. I don't need autosave, we just need this. So one of the problems is everyone has 10 inventory slots. If you have, can you base the deck size off of how many people you're playing? Would that fix the not enough cards problem? Yeah, so that's, I mean, yeah, you could just double your number of cards. But the number of cards isn't so much a problem when you have beans. How's it going? I'm assuming that's how you meant it to be said. Beats. What are you doing? Anyway, hell yeah. I need to run. Have a good stream. All right, Bradley. Thank you for being here. You're a real one, as I say. But yeah, I could, in theory, just have it so you have more cards when there's more players. But right now there's only... Technically, we don't have this draw pile anymore. Right now, there are 12 guns in the deck. So... part of the problem is that if someone has 5 guns or weapons, right, and then the other person has, you know, 5, and then you run out of weapons for other people, right? Change the game master color. There we go. Yeah, so if, you know, and this isn't totally unreasonable that, you know, you maybe have 4 guns or whatever, right? Maybe it wouldn't be this heavy in 2 players favor, right? It might be like something more like this. Do I not have a point there? Oh, it's probably because I'm not. It's fine. Why is that the snapping point's not working? Oh, I missed snapping points there. I need to put those in. Anyway, but yeah, it's not unreasonable that you have something like this, right? And then you're just out of weapons. So there needs to at least be probably double the number of weapons. Granted, I could just increase the number of weapons there are total. Just like, I don't know, 3 copies of each instead of 2 copies of each. But I think it would be more interesting just to have a few more types of weapons, arguably. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. Are you okay, B-Means? All the time, my friend. Yes, that's how you are. Runner bean is a bean, and it's like calling your... It's like a... I guess it's like a chat term, right? Calling other people beans. Or just like calling, I don't know, for a while, like not even that long, but we called people like spud buds, like potatoes. Not in chat, but that was something I did in IRL. Just when, I don't know, it was like forever ago. I was in high school, but Butterbean has lost his marbles. True. I don't know if it's true, but I said it's true. Anyway, my brain's melting as well, so don't worry about me. Sometimes other people are beans too, you know? Anyway, the goal is to not have this situation, right? Everyone has weapons. There's no more weapons to pull from. What do you do in this sort of situation? You really should have, like, at least probably 20 weapons total. Which means, you know, right, it could, but think of this as a physical game, right? Obviously, we can play it in Tabletop Simulator, but how do you increase the number of cards if you buy this? So, again, you know, like, it's not, we're not going to be printing this and selling it right now, but imagine this is a, because it looks like the amount on the table is good for 2 players. Yeah, but like, imagine this, yeah, it's like, imagine this is a box set, right? How many cards has to be on that box set for you to play with 4 people? Like, if I were to buy a physical copy of this game, how many cards would you have to have? Because it doesn't really matter the number of cards in a deck, because you're rolling to get a random card. So there won't be, deck pollution isn't really a problem anymore, thankfully. If it's printed to have a 2-player box set that can be combined with another, then you're asking someone to buy 2 different games, though. I feel like that's a lot, when I can just add, you know, maybe 8 more cards, 10 more cards, and then the problem would be solved, I think. That's my thought. Yeah, I don't need to add too much more. Arguably, if I want, what, like 20 cards, like you're saying, that this number of cards is good for 2 people. So if I double the number of cards, maybe get to like 20 weapons. We're at a point where it's like, I only need to create 8 more copies of cards, only 4 more new cards. Or just have a 4-player box set, then with rules of how many you need for player count. Yeah, I mean, that's totally fair. That makes sense. But again, it doesn't actually matter now, because we don't have a draw pile anymore. So it's we don't really have to worry about deck pollution, because you just roll the dice and then you just draw from the deck. So the number of copies of total cards per deck doesn't actually matter anymore. I guess the only issue with that is maybe getting 3 repeat cards if you have more copies. But yeah, I think I want to add at least a few more weapons, just for a little bit of variety's sake, or a few more tools, that kind of thing, but not by a whole heck of a lot. Events, I want a slight bit of balance to allow for more weapons and stuff like that. Probably like 2 or 3 more events, nothing crazy. Maybe a few more incidents. But yeah, I don't want to add too much more. Maybe just a few more cards. It is cool having like the novelty of the game be like, all these features were in a 24-hour period. But at that point, we're already kind of past it. You know, we've already got a new look to everything. We're adding the corruption mechanic, which is going to need work, but so yeah, no, I see what you're saying though. It's a good point, but I think I think I want to add a smidge more. Nothing too crazy though. Just a little bit of just a few more items, honestly. And maybe not. I mean, maybe we try to come up with some ideas and they don't work out and then we just don't do it, right? So, because right now we have 12 copies of weapons, 10 copies of tools, 22 copies of rations. I feel like maybe about 24 per item type would be a good number. Which is maybe a lot, but arguably not that bad. That'd only be 5 more weapons. Wait, hold up. 2, 4, 6, 8. Maybe just 20. 4 new weapons. Because I don't want anyone running out of cards. It has happened with like the damage ones, but generally not with all the other stuff. But running out of stuff feels bad. Like arguably, there probably should be almost 40 of each card. So you can be fully every player could, in theory, have 10 weapons, but that's also kind of ridiculous, so. But yeah, I think there needs to be a little bit more just for game balance. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if we want to discuss what kind of items we could have, we could do that. Let's go back to here. Although, of course, we need to put Luna back in here. This is very important to have our cat cam. That's fine. That looks good. We'll just scooch her over a smidge. Very important cat cam. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna point the, we're gonna do that. Okay. All right, let's talk. Let's talk items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. What else can we do with weapons? We have 2 weapons that do 1 damage, 2 weapons that do 2 damage, 1 of them does 3 damage, 1 weapon that does variable damage. I don't really want to fall much farther outside of this realm. So maybe for balance sake, actually let's try something. Let's change all these to 3. All quantities to 3 weapons and see what we're at. 18. Then maybe just adding, what, 2 more weapons? And that gets us to... that gets us to 24, which is what I was saying was probably about a good number. So maybe we just do that for everything. Rations are going to be a little bit different quantity-wise because there should be rarity on rations. Well, I still stand with a 2-player box set and then add expansion to make it 4-player. The problem is this game is just so much better as a 4-player game. Like, it can be played as a 2-player game, but it's much more a party game than 1v1. Which is the problem. Yeah, it could be upsetting the balance of the game. But it really is a multiplayer game, especially with the new corruption mechanic that we're talking about adding, right? Like, if you want to have the like the ability to even, the corruption mechanic is worthless as a two-player game. Not worthless, but you know, it doesn't really do anything. Because you can't even play these cards when you're dead if you're just going against one person, but which is fine. I mean, one-on-one is it was fun enough to play one-on-one, but when you're having like that sort of team dynamic, because you can team up with players, you can do that on a one-on-one, but in fact, you could do it just on everything. You could play the game like a co-op game if you really wanted to, but it's just not quite the same. It's definitely a better like party game playing with more people. I could even see this game being like a 8-player game, and in that case, you'd have like a 4-player box with, you know, a 4-player expansion. But cheap viewers, I wonder if I can ban the word stream boo. Ban, delete, block user. Anyway. But yeah, it's definitely better as a 4-player game. That concept is something I would potentially do for armies, but I don't think it's something I would do for this game, because armies is specifically set to be a 2-player game with potential more balancing that would need to be done for a 4-player game. But I could totally see that having a, you know, extra players having different expansions, or even less players, right? Like a single player version. How's the Twitch live stream you had? We raided someone the other day, and that was fun. Thunder was seeing the beauties of all the Twitch features. But anyway, yeah, what's up with you guys? How are you this fine Wednesday afternoon, or whatever time it is for you? How many here? Honestly, would just do maybe 4 of each of these. No, canteen feels... I don't know. It's kind of hard to decide what I want to do here. Okay. In worst case, if I mess something up here, right? If like I completely ruin the game, I'm doing this in a separate save file, so I can literally just jump back to the old version if it sucks. Hi, Natalby. I wonder who that is. That's a wild name, by the way. Deep Toot 1, 2, 3. That is funny. Add block term and phrase via the moderation system page to use this feature. Type a word you wish. Oh, that's to add block the thing. Add block term phrase this feature channel. Choose where you. I just don't know where you would. Oh, the add button. It's mostly I just don't know where to find that. I'm sure I could easily figure it out, but I also don't, it doesn't feel like something I should just do on stream while I'm just whatever. I should write a note and do it after. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm sure they'll just start sending bots that have like a different like bit.ly link or something, but you can block words you don't want. Yeah, I know I can. I just have to figure out where that is. I'm good. Sorry, I'm a bit AFK drawing yet again. No worries, dude. We like drawing here. You're more than welcome to just chill and hang out. Yeah, you don't have to do it on live. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. I know it's a functionality, but just don't know where it is. Yeah, thank you all for hanging out, even if you're just lurking. I do appreciate it. You're getting me closer to my goal. It is one of my year goals to get partnered on Twitch. Partnered? Affiliated, not partnered. There's no way I'm getting partnered. Honestly, so looking at if we just increase numbers by 3 for each item type and then add 2 new additional items, we get to kind of my goal number of about 24 items. So, and rations, there doesn't need to be tons of different types. I've moved canteen from a tool to a ration, so now we just need to yeah, we just need to do the thing. I don't know anything about the game design, but I could listen to you all day. Aw. Yeah, it's kind of hard to like, this is kind of like a weird thing if you're not like intimate with the game. It's a weird way to phrase that, but if you're not like, if you don't know the game super well, it's kind of hard to design for the game or even ask y'all for suggestions. You'll get affiliates soon. I saw it in a dream. Good, I'm glad. I believe in your dreams. Wish you luck in your affiliation. I'm certain you'll get it. Yeah, honestly, the biggest thing is just making sure people who are normally on YouTube just come check me out on Twitch. Which is like, again, it's totally fine if people want to watch on YouTube. There's like, that's cool too. But I have the number of viewers. It's just they have to be in the right spot. I'm here from YouTube, so it's working. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I'm kind of God, my voice keeps cracking. I need water. Part of the part of the interesting thing though is when you're on Twitch, if you have more viewers, you're likely to get even more viewers, which I think is interesting because it puts you at the top of the feed. Like higher up in the feed the more viewers you have. So it's kind of interesting in that way. So like in theory, growth should be exponential once you have more viewers on Twitch. So it's kind of interesting. So it is in manage moderation settings. We can click gear icon on the bottom of the chat and then blocked terms or phrases. I'm curious now. Manage moderation. Manage moderation settings. Aha. Block terms or phrases. Stream boo. I deleted the thing. So I don't remember exactly. It was stream like BOO, right? Isn't that what it was? I'm gonna add it. We'll see if it works. STREAMBOO. It was one word. We'll see if that works. Maybe we can get rid of best viewers forever. Well, the problem is I deleted it. You can't go back and find it, unfortunately. Oh wait, maybe I can. Yeah, it is. Sorry, it's deleted, but I can still see it because I have mod settings on. Yeah, it is. I got it. They're gone. Banned forever. They will no longer be able to speak until they change the name of their website. Okay, the question is, what are these new cards we're adding? I kind of like the you may ignore any part of a reward, but that also seems maybe a little niche. Which I don't mind niche items, but here we are. I do want, one item I do want is the ability to play corrupted cards as a living person. I don't know whether that should be a weapon, like you use this weapon, but you also play a corrupted card. Because we do have the ritual knife, which is similar to that, but I kind of like the ritual knife as is. Because playing a corrupted card could either be a benefit or a detriment, but probably most likely a detriment or a benefit if you have them. I could guess it's pretty much always a benefit because you know what items you know what corrupted card you're playing. If it was a system before where you could play, like you didn't know what corrupted card it was kind of more interesting. So my thought is this probably should be a tool. And then the tool is just play a corrupted card while you're alive. Playing this card allows you to play a corruption card. What is this called? As an item. What's a sort of a western-y item that has to do with, or like item name that has to do with like curses and that kind of stuff? Like a talisman or something maybe? Or a... Talisman brings good luck. I feel like this should be the opposite of that, right? Like almost like something voodoo related or something. Corrupt bullet. Maybe. My only well, bullet could work. My only worry is that might get confused as like a weapon thing, but it is a tool. Let me think. I like where you're headed with that. Cursed bullet, maybe? Yeah, something like that. Maybe a faulty equipment card. Okay, that could potentially work. A chicken's foot. Isn't chicken's foot supposed to be good luck? Oh, that's rabbit's foot, is I think what I'm thinking. Oh, is that? No, that's a curse thing. You're right. It's a voodoo thing. Yeah. Rabbit foot is good luck chicken. Yeah, okay. I was thinking rabbit's foot. Chicken's foot is like kind of funny. Voodoo. It could be like a voodoo doll, but I feel like that doesn't feel very westerny, right? Does a chicken's foot feel westerny? Cursed bullet feels cooler, but also feels like it would have to be used with a weapon, right? Hex totem, that's interesting. It's kind of like feels maybe a little generic. I'm liking currently my favorites are corrupt bullet or chicken's foot, honestly. Coffin nail, interesting. A loaded deck card. I like the idea of that as a item. I don't know if that's this item. Because that feels, well, maybe could actually. There's already cheater's dice. Like in poker. Yeah, for sure. Loaded deck to me feels like it should be dealt. Well, I guess it kind of is dealing with card draw, isn't it? Interesting. Yeah, maybe. Loaded deck. Interesting. I'm trying to think that through and deciding if I like that more than something that's like more of a cursed object, you know? Poisoned tooth. Cursed Western. Okay. I'm liking all these ideas. I'm just trying to decide what I think fits best, right? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I guess loaded deck makes sense. I almost feel like a loaded deck should allow you to play an additional card of like, or like draw and play an additional card. Which could be a good item on its own. But that would be... I'm trying to think that through. You could do something with railway, like ticket or something sort. Interesting. I like all these ideas for items, and it's making me want to add more items, but I also wonder if that's a good idea or a bad idea. Because like you guys spitting these out, throwing out these ideas rather than spitting them out. Anyway, is giving me ideas for more things. Like I like the idea of a loaded deck being like able to draw and play a random card of like any sort would be kind of cool. But like I'm not sure that these are exactly what I'm looking for this specific item. Maybe, I don't know. Sorry, loud car. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Or truck, whatever that was. Yeah, I'm really trying to decide if I just add a bunch more items, because really there's only 6 item types of each type. Like if you were playing a card game, like I don't know, I'm trying to think of like a comparable card game to this. What I'm trying to say though is like if you have a like you buy a box card game, right? I don't know, something like I don't know, a lot of the interactions between cards is what makes it interesting, but like if you had a game like this, would you think that 6 types of cards is enough to keep playing this over and over and over and over again? Or should I like double that number of cards? Is that important? I've only played this game so many times, so it's hard to say whether the game would stay interesting because of just the interactions between people, or if more cards is worth adding rather than just increasing the number of cards in a deck. Because both are viable options, I just don't know which one to do. Right now I'm kind of in the middle ground, where I'm increasing each copy by 1. So there's 3 of each card on a deck, and then I'm adding 2 of each item. With the exception of rations, because I think rations kind of just need to be as is. Yeah, this is why I keep on with the expansion idea, and expansion could be as small as booster pack, the right cards. Yeah, I guess maybe you're right. So we'll stick with lower number of just adding a few cards just to fill out the quantity of cards I want. So we'll do only add 4 new cards to the entire experience. And honestly, that might be just something that I can get figured out with playtesting, whether it needs more cards or not, if people feel bored after a while. I can also ask my friends, because they played a good bit too. Yeah, I mean, I think you're right in that sense, that I don't need to add too much. At least I'm not. Problem is I'm unsure, right? I don't even know, and I'm making this game, so I guess we'll start with 2 weapons and 2 tools, and then we'll go from there. Honestly, I kind of like Chicken's Foot. I think I'm going with Chicken's Foot. I might do. Did I spell that right? I think so. I don't know why it was. Yeah. Just looked wrong for some reason. The best part is that once this is out for everyone to playtest, you can test booster packs that you want to make on VGT first. Yeah, for sure. Chicken's foot is just kind of funny, but also fun. So we're just gonna try that. I do slightly worry about having too many of the same type of card, but we'll see. We shall see. I guess everything's also going to need a bonus effect, but we're going to start with that. This might have to be balanced by like taking a damage for doing it, but we'll see. You may choose to ignore any part of a reward. So the idea of that was there are some event cards that the rewards aren't good, but those are only on rollable events, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 events out of the 16 of them. Less than half the events, this would be worthless. I think that's just a bad card idea. It's kind of interesting because you want stuff to have like some niche area of use in some ways, but at the same time, if it's too niche, then it gets just like, it's just a boring thing to have, and it just sits in your inventory and does nothing. So I think that's a bad tool idea. I'm trying to think if I want to do the loaded deck idea, right? Like, where it's like a card that lets you play, draw, and play one card of your choice. It's like a get out of jail free card. Which might just be too powerful, but I don't know. Or just maybe boring, because it's like, what might be actually interesting is like, if this is a draw and play one of the cards of your choice face down. So like you don't even know how good it is. I think that's kind of fun. Because you could draw a really crappy weapon. You're like, okay, I have this card and I'm going to play it on an event, and then you play the weapon face down. You don't even know if it's going to be good or not. That I think would be a fun idea. Okay, those both seem fun. We got a loaded deck and we got a chicken's foot. They both need corrupted abilities, though. Usually, so that's a more powerful version of the same ability, but with you know, just a side effect. Chicken's Foot. So playing this card allows you to play a corruption on event. The corruption card is then removed. Probably the corrupted ability, like, lets you play 2 cards, but you gain 2 corruption. But you gain... trying to decide if it's 1 or 2 damage. This is like really powerful, I feel like. So I'm gonna say gain 2 damage. This may have to... Balancing corruption with Chicken's Foot might have to be... You have to take a damage just to play it normally. And the corruptibility is just doubling its power. But... And detriment. But we'll have to see. The song always goes so hard. It just goes... It's like kind of like a completely different vibe from all the other ones. I mean, it's the same vibe, but it just kind of goes crazy. Wait, did I miss a follower? I really did. Oh wait, it was I think it's Brayden. Deep Toot. I hate how it does that. I never noticed them. I don't know if it popped up or not. I don't know. I'm the worst. Thank you for the follow. It was 20 whole minutes ago. I'm the worst. Okay, 2 new weapons. I'm trying to decide what those would be. Likely, it would have to be another 1 damage weapon and another 2 damage weapon. Because I kind of think a another 3 damage weapon might be too much. If y'all want to throw out ideas for different Western weapons, let me know. I'm trying to think of other ones that exist out there. It could even be like Native American weapons, like a tomahawk or something like that, or a bow. Bow feels a little wrong. I also, God, what is up with my voice? I'm so sorry. It's gotta be allergies. It's actually kind of gross if you go outside, the whole ground is just covered in yellow. If you want to, this is... Well, 2 damage, you have a Gatling prototype. Interesting. Favorite is a whip dagger. That sounds sick. For the 2 damage, yeah. Whip dagger. I need to look at this. I think I know what it is, but yeah. It's a dagger on a string, right? Get over here, basically, right? That's pretty cool. It's definitely a cool idea. Let me look up. I feel like a Gatling gun, well, sick idea. I think it might be too powerful for, well, I feel like that would be more like a 3 damage weapon, but I guess that also is a prototype, right? That'd be the concept. Technically not a real weapon as far as I know. I mean, they do have like real whip weapons like that, but not probably in the Wild West. Technically place a throwing knife with a Gatling. Yeah, for sure. The knife for 2 damage. That's definitely true. I'm gonna look up. I'm looking up the Gatling gun prototype. What, like 1600? Check out an alt. Or at, sorry, I can't spell or read. Ah, that's kind of cool. The like bow, the arrow sling, basically. Do like that. What a cool weapon. All right, let's just look at some Western weapons. Oh yeah, there's this pistol. Like the one they have in, what's it called? The, oh wait, you probably can't even see this. Let's do this. It's not a great view of it, but hey, how it shows it on this side. The, like, chain pistol, they've got it in, what's it called? Let me go back to here. Yeah, this is what, Runner's talking about. It's like a sling arrow, somewhere between like a bow and a slingshot and a, I don't know, and a spear, I guess. Jawbone War Club too, yeah. Ah. I don't know, I want to put a W in bone. See, that's pretty cool. Look at that. And that's pretty rad. That feels like it fits the theme because it's kind of like terrifying, but also cool. Right? Which is actually kind of what I did with the ceremonial dagger had a jawbone as like the thing, which is not really like how this was fashioned, but the Gatling revolver. Yeah. That's in what's it called? Hunt Showdown. I do like this though. Yeah, the idea for the ceremonial dagger is it had... Where is it now? Or the ritual knife. This is supposed to be a jawbone here with like a knife at the end, but I didn't really make it that clear. I probably would clean it up and do that if I decide to use this design still. But I think part of it is I probably don't want to go too far outside of people's general knowledge as well. Because if I go too far outside of that, then it's like, what even is this? I do like the Jawbone War Club, I think is a solid idea though. I do like that. That might be my first like first choice so far. I kind of want to look at more like Western weapons too. Ignore any of my weird search. See, this iron weapons. Oh my god. Some of my weird searches, I'm like, I just need ideas, so I'm just gonna look for stuff on whatever, and I'm like, Iron Reaper, and I'm like, what even is that? And then I had to like look through a bunch of stuff, and then just like throwing out random terms. We already got a shotgun, we got a revolver, we got a rifle. I don't know if, like, we could have like a small, like, little, like a flintlock pistol, right? If we wanted to. What's that called? Isn't there a name for that? Am I thinking of a Derringer? Is that even a real thing? You could have a cavalry saber. Again, it's not showing up in the right area, but I don't want too many melee weapons though. I feel like guns probably, because right now, I mean, we're at 1, 2, 3. We're at 3 range weapons and, well, I guess 3 and 3, right? Technically a throwing knife is a range weapon, but you got a lasso. Yeah, it's under tools technically rather than weapons, but yeah, I do have a lasso. Good call, good call. You get like one of these clubs. Oh god, look how terrifying that is. You can't really see it that well, but it's Pinterest. Don't let me down, Pinterest. Look at that club. Look at that spike right there. How'd that feel getting put in your head? Oh, there's a half-naked lady. Twitch, don't ban me. Anyway, this is the problem with looking at pictures. Anyway, I mean, like, I feel like a tomahawk is like a very recognizable weapon, right? That's part of the reason to use that. Now I think we're just kind of floundering here. So let's come up with some abilities and then decide what of those kind of items seems like that makes the most sense. Yeah, tomahawk and bow and arrow. Yeah, I think bow and arrow feels a little bit like maybe too, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what it feels too much, but I feel like it doesn't. Bow and arrow could be something that isn't Western, right? Whereas tomahawk definitely feels like it is. So I might not want to do a bow and arrow, but I think honestly another 1 damage one would be a tomahawk, because most of the one weapon damage ones are melee weapons. Bowie knife, ritual knife, and throwing knife can be up to 3, but it's like the variable sort of amount. No, I'm not saying that. Okay, yeah. So natives did use bow and arrows. Yeah, that's very true. But what I'm getting at is that as far as theming, we have only so many cards to theme the game, and if you go with a bow and arrow, I feel like it can feel like we're moving away from the Western sort of thing and moving toward just like, it could be anything. That maybe I'm just overthinking it. Probably am, but I mean, you could just call it Chief's bow or something. That's very true too. And put like, you know, feathers on the top of the drawstring or something like that. You could just theme it like that for sure. Maybe I'm probably overthinking it, but I can even spell tomahawk. Tomahawk. I like Tomahawk as the 1 damage one. Still debating on one more, but we'll see. We'll think about it. Boom, boom, boom. Usually the 1 damage ones have some sort of additional effect. What that additional effect is, I do not know. How about a Native American smoking pipe has something to do with corruption? It could. It'd probably be a tool. We already have the total number of tools I want for now. I definitely can think about that. Also, I want to slightly be aware of optics a little bit. You don't want to like make every single Native American item feel like it's like cursed. Feels a little wrong. Could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but like the ritual knife already has like a whatever. The problem is corruption in this game is sort of half like the idea of it is half like who you are as a person and half like the just evilness of a creature. I guess it's kind of interesting. It kind of blends the two together. Because honestly, one of the things we could talk about too, I think I started to say this and then forgot, is flavor text for all these items. Little bits of like, had a pipe to the tomahawk. It was a thing. Interesting. Gotta go, buddy. Have a good stream. You too, dude. I mean, you know, obviously you're not streaming, but if you do have a stream, have a good stream. Goodbye, beans. I'm doing that to just keep it stuck in your head forever. So there. Beans. So funny. Oh, my ear is ringing. Yeah, check out Tomahawk Pipe. It looks really cool. Interesting. Huh. That's kind of cool. Functional in multiple ways. That's pretty cool. I would smoke out of it. Smoking out of a weapon. How cool is that? It's pretty baller. Gotta adjust our cat cam. It's very important. Okay, what could this do? It could be interesting if, I was about to say if you get the weapon back after you use it, but, that might cause some weird interactions with Lantern, which lets you keep weapons after losing a bet. I guess it could be winning the bet lets you keep the weapon. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was about to say keep it winning. Yeah, because Lantern specifically losing the bet, so this kind of future-proofs it from not being a problem. Good call. We like it. Winning the bet lets you keep this weapon. Corrupted ability, probably just more damage, honestly. I think I'm fine with that. All right, the 2 damage weapon. What ideas do we have so far? We've got the Gatling gun. We could do a bow. I'm trying to decide if I want to do a bow. I feel like, I guess my biggest thing is it feels too primitive for what I like. I feel like having like another gun feels more the vibe I'm going for, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe we do the Gatling gun. Does anyone have any other? Let's see if we have any other like more iconic Western guns, right? That's kind of what I'm wondering. You got dynamite. I do have dynamite. That is also a tool. Feels like it should be maybe a weapon, but it doesn't actually serve as in the same sort of fashion, right? I mean, what about like a Derringer, right? Like a small little baby pistol. I feel like that could be kind of cool. Right, it's 1960s that's... All right, I'm not crazy in thinking the Wild West is 1960s-ish. Not 1916s, 1600s. Sorry, I am a whorehouse woman. Hell yeah. 1600s. My dyslexia is somehow acting up into the past. Just kidding. It doesn't make any sense. I think that'd be fun, right? I feel like that's kind of cool. Hooer is actually how you said it. Question is using the word Derringer a problem? Small. This is or 1600s pistol. I keep saying 1960. I don't know why. My brain is broken. Flintlock. Yeah, it'd be just like a small flintlock one, right? 1800. Why was I thinking? My brain's melting. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, okay, Derringer. When was the Wild West? I know you just said 18 or it's because Google lied to me. That's why I looked that up and it was like there. When was the Wild West? Not until. I guess it depends on how early you really want to talk about it. I guess it started, but you're probably like this is around, you know, like when was the steam engine invented? Okay, so like 1712. So we're like, I guess that was when it was invented. Steam train. I'm not good. I'm not a history buff. That's my problem. Okay, yeah. Basically what you said, 1804. This is just mostly for my education, not that I didn't believe you. Is Derringer like a brand name? I guess it's so old it wouldn't really matter. Yeah, Derringer, yeah. Philadelphia Derringer. Russian handgun designed by... Yeah, I mean, the Derringer is probably the perfect weapon, I feel like. Isn't copyright like the name Glock? Yeah. I mean, even if it was, it's so old it should be back. It should be in whatever. Should be in Creative Commons at this point, one would think. But yeah, I don't know why I was even worried about it. Okay, deals 2 damage, which means it probably needs. It's okay if the rarity of these, not rarity, but like it's okay if there's some good items and some bad items. The balance doesn't really matter too much as long as all the items put together aren't too powerful, if that makes sense. What's a good ability for this? This is sort of like reverse game design right now, but well, not reverse. There's like 2 different words for that. Where this is kind of coming up with the weapon idea and then reverse engineering it, which is kind of what I did for half of it. It's kind of like I kind of do half one way, half the other. Some of it's theming, some of it's you know, what it should actually do, like mechanically at least. Derringer deals 2 damage. I mean, theme versus mechanic. There is like a word for it where it's like not vertical or horizontal game design. There's like there's a word for it. Bottom up and top down, I think is what it's called. Something to do with concealing it. Not sure how that would work in game. Interesting. This can be played if you are losing a bet. Interesting. It is going to be concealed regardless. Like when you place a bet, items are placed face down. But what's something we can do with that mechanic? I like that idea. I like what you're thinking. It could be like a 1 damage weapon that you take out or you can play after losing. Would be interesting. But at the same time, I don't know if I like that. I said this before. Unwinning is is not fun, right? I do like that idea. Maybe it would have to be a 1 damage weapon. If it is that way, it have to be 1 damage. It couldn't be 2 damage. That would be way too that'd be way too powerful, I think. Like if you want to squeak by 1 damage, I think that's cool, but dealing 2 damage, I think. Okay, you know what? Well, let's try it. From a design philosophy standpoint, like are draws possible? They are, yes. So draws, what happens is no one gets the reward, but no one takes the detriment, or at least the 2 people drawing. If it's the only card that does that, I think it'd be fine. And yes, 1 damage. It's a small gun. Yeah, I mean, there'd be 3 copies of it technically, but oops, I did that in the wrong spot. Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, so like the idea, just to kind of like go over this as a, you know, I kind of have a design philosophy for every game I make. This one specifically, the idea is like if you lose, so like in psychology, right? They say that losing something feels like twice as bad. Maybe it's more than that, but whatever. Twice as bad as losing something. And to enhance that even, unwinning in this case, right? So if you won and you're like, oh yeah, awesome, I won, then unwinning, right, feels even worse than that because you've gained something and then you've all of a sudden lost it. That's gonna feel even worse. Granted, this game is meant to be cutthroat and to screw each other over. But this is a kind of, I guess the nice part about this being 1 damage is it's not going to ever make anyone win unless they're already tied, right? This game cares about feelings. It's true, right? It kind of doesn't, but it, at the same time, I think that there is something to be said about finding somewhere to draw that line, right? I mean, yeah, it is very cutthroat and is very like screw each other over, but screwing each other over should always feel fair, right? That's the biggest thing. I guess you could have multiple of these to actually win a bet if you really wanted to. Result? Why am I... Is it determined? That's gonna need spell check. Tools. Spelling. Spell check. I don't want to do everything. Don't to don't. I don't understand the difference. Oh, no, that's not what I want. It would be like Counterspell in other games, but just a don't want you to win this card. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. I need to spell check this. Let's actually let's put it in here. Did I spell everything right? There's no way. Ignore. Wow, I spelled everything right. Everyone be proud of me. You did it. Yay! What am I doing? Just copy this, put it down. Question is, what does the corrupted version of this do? More damage? Maybe deals 1 more damage. I don't see how we can play with any of the other mechanics, so I think just 1 more damage for a corruption feels maybe fair. But it says, this card may be played right after a bet and before the results are determined. I think that's fair. Okay, that is all the items. I don't think I want to add any more rations. I've already put Canteen as a ration, and I've made Tonic more powerful because as much as I didn't really want to make it more powerful, it was just really confusing to players, so I thought it made more sense. Because what was happening a lot of the time... But before result? Okay, for clarity, let's see. But before. Yeah. Good call. Thank you. That makes more sense. Have I tried to say this like 5 times? I want to add flavor text to these cards, so if anyone has any like cool little lines or something that we could do for any of these sort of weapons, literally any of them that I have, That could be cool, because ChatGPT didn't help me out at all. It just said some nonsensical bullshit. I asked for like the 6-shooter, and it sounds cool, but it means nothing. This was their line. It says 6 shots, 6 souls. Sorry, 6 shots, 6 souls. The desert doesn't bury its dead; it reloads. It's like, what does that even mean? It's like, come on, ChatGPT. What does that even mean? There's a school bus outside making noise. My cat is very curious about it. Anyway. All that said, if you want to come up with anything, I would consider putting it in there. The other thing is that, well, I guess along those lines, the game itself is, oh wait, I didn't actually do this. The game itself, like the lore, here's what I'm thinking, because I don't actually know for certain, because I kind of have like a vague idea, but I think like probably this, like, the game is more or less based like, oh, hi, hello, hi, what do you want from me? What do you want? Huh? You walking away? I wanna get you. I wanna get you. Yeah. I think the concept is like this, town is like, you know, the classic, like, built over a weak point between it and hell. Right? Like, it has a direct link to you know, bad shit. And the look at his little face. And yeah, and that's why the corruption is so bad. Like, that's why there's so many monsters and all that, and that actually doing bad deeds leads you to be more corrupted. And not only just a, you know, a sense of, like, character, but also, like, shaping you as a person. That is my concept. Okay, be free. Of course, I just got cat hair in my mouth from doing that. Okay, anywho, I should go back to this. This is a little bit nicer for seeing this. I apologize. Okay. This needs a different thing. Other players, for the cards draw, this needs a different, draw a card and play one of your choice face down. During a bet. This needs to actually have more words to it. Draw a card. Play it face. Like, it needs some conditionals here, right? Because, so the idea, so this is the loaded deck. Draw and play one card of your choice face down during a bet. That should be, draw one card of your choice. I almost feel like it should just be draw a weapon. I like the idea that you could use it to like draw for a ration. Maybe just draw and play. Draw and play a weapon on a bet, and then you do or draw and play a ration on meal time or at meal time. Draw and play a weapon on a bet face down. Oh, sorry, you said stuff. After a bet, but oh wait, no, before result, they already said that. Ooh, damn, I am off for a little. Sorry, I'm. IRL calls me. Totally fine, dude. I'll check to see if you're still up on Twitch. Check later. Yeah, I should be on for another hour and 15 minutes, but yeah, obviously, go do what you need to do. I appreciate you hanging out and spitballing ideas with me. Definitely helps get the brain flowing. Draw and play a weapon. Draw and play a weapon on a bet face down. Can all tools be used in a event? Play a card when losing a bet. Or sorry, can every tool be played during a creature event? Play this card after losing a bet. You may. Nah, you know what? We're just gonna do this. I think this is fine. Draw and play a weapon face down on a bet. Draw and play a ration at mealtime. We'll see. We'll see if these feel fun or not, right? But yeah, whatever. We'll say that for now. Maybe we'll do a little bit of drawing. I don't know. We could do more events. But for now, I kind of almost wonder... I kind of almost want to do some play testing soon. So we could do some art and some flavor text sort of things next, but let's refresh the CSV. Okay, they just changed something in this, so like if I want it to have the double space, I have to go into here. It's like Control Enter. Let me see how that looks. What did I just change? That's a real question. What did I just do? Tomahawk. Don't think that worked. We'll come back to that and see if it fixed it, but for now it's okay. I think I might hit the bathroom, and then what we can do is We can, maybe just do a little bit of art for the end of the stream. I gotta fix this card too, because this shouldn't have the, there we go, that works. Yeah, I shouldn't have all the little lines on it. These also shouldn't have lines on it. Why do they? Oh, I see what happened. This needs to be something that's fixed in the spreadsheet rather than whatever, but it's okay. For now, this works. Okay, let me hit the bathroom real quick, and I will be right back. Where's my BRB screen? It's right here. Boop. Okay, I am back. God, my eyes burn just from frickin' what's it called? Just the window being open. Let's do some stuff. Do some art. Where is the Photoshop document? The PSD, if you will. There we go. Okay. We need what? A tomahawk, a derringer, a what? Tomahawk, derringer, loaded deck, and what's the last thing we need? I swear I should not have started chatting with random people who random people on Discord, because I feel like I just keep getting more stuff, because the problem is there's a lot of scammers on Discord. They know I'm susceptible now. Not to getting scammed, but to being like, oh, you know, maybe they have something to say. It's like, no, you're just trying to, like, sell me something or scam me. One of the two. Oh well, here we are. Okay, let's do, what do I want to do first? I want to do, let's do a Derringer. So here's a little secret. The art for this game is a lot of tracing, which feels a little bad, if I'm being honest, but it's like creative tracing. Like, I could try to draw, like, some of this is tracing, some of it isn't, obviously. But it's okay to trace sometimes. Don't let anyone tell you different. And it's not like I'm one-for-one copying anything. I'm making a silhouette of a thing. But that's how I get away with this art being easy to do. Granted, the monsters I couldn't really trace, right? Because like a lot of those are I'm coming up with those kind of things on my own. Like a railroad wraith isn't a real thing that I can copy. I'm like 90% sure I have the right color already, but let's just do it anyway. My eyes burn from this freaking pollen. And, if this wasn't, like, if half this project wasn't done in 24 hours, I probably would have taken the time to do something that's a little more involved than just like I said, tracing existing images. But then I'll add a artistic flair to it. It's not like I'm really stealing an image from Wikipedia, It's like a profile of a gun, right? It doesn't really need to be super crazy or anything. But yeah, nobody judge me. Please and thank you. So it happens when you do something in 24 hours. And now that we have the general shape of it, we kind of have to just articulate what we actually want and what... You okay? You eat something you weren't supposed to? Cat's choking. It's fine. She's half trying to cough up a hairball. You okay? She's fine. Some of this probably I just need to do like the use negative space to my advantage. Like some of these lines that I drew, I probably just need to erase instead of using as actual color, I guess. It should just be, yeah, negative space. The old Derringer. Yeah, I don't know. Tracing's interesting because, like, you kind of feel bad about doing it, but, like, if you're copying from a reference, you're just trying to trace without looking at the... without directly doing it. But, like, people have been using, like, light projection for forever on art. It's kind of a weird gray area. I feel like it should be fine, though. Obviously, like, I'm technically copying an image. But, like, how... like, it's not like I'm copying it one for one, right? So it's kind of interesting. I'm copying a reference to turn it then into an image. Feels strange. But yeah, basically all I'm trying to say is I'm a fraud, you know. At least for this project. I was tempted to talk about that actually in my my original video for this, but about like tracing art, but I don't know. Didn't really think it was necessarily worth it, but it's interesting. Probably could have done this a little bit differently, but it's all working out in the end. Oh wait. Let's just do this. Yep. Okay, that's working. Just need to roughen this up a little bit, I think. Does this have like a screw? It does. I feel like I want that. Also, maybe just like a line here to... yeah, that looks good. And some of the knurling on the handle, I believe is the proper term. I don't want this to be too detailed, but should have a little bit of something. That almost looks too much like wood grain, though. What does this pattern even look like? Like florally, I guess? This is where we can take some, like, creative liberties. It'll likely be, like, scuffed up a bit, so... I'm not too worried about it, but... Sometimes I like think about stuff and I'm like, what did I just say? I have no idea what I was saying because I was too involved in my own brain, and I don't know if I said anything worthwhile. I just maybe said something to say something. Yeah. So I might just be focused for a minute rather than just spewing nonsense. We'll just enjoy drawing together. I think that's pretty good. Maybe like a little something here. I should not have had my window open so long. My eyes just burned so bad. Oh well, here we are. What you do for your cat, you know? I'm definitely putting a little more detail into this, and maybe I'll go through and like look at some of the other drawings and add a little bit more to them, but that looks pretty good. I like that. Let's do a little bit more for readability of what we're actually looking at. That looks good. Wrong tool. A little bit of smudging. Trying to give it that charcoal sort of look, I guess. Like the paper smudged. Whoever drew it didn't do really that good of a job. Which is a great way to make your art look good. A life hack. If you're not good at art and you're trying to make a project, sometimes just intentionally having not good looking art can actually help. That's like a kind of bad advice, but kind of good advice. Like, playing to what you can make look good is actually sometimes beneficial. Like, it won't help you grow, so you still have to push yourself. But if you're doing something like this, like I said, I traced a lot here, and I did a lot of like shortcuts, and like there's not a ton of detail here, but the idea is it's a low detail style with some messiness to it, and that is okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, and if you want to do a style like that, it can help. It can just help to do something like that if you need to do something for a project, still make it look good with minimal effort, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Trying to see if I did anything else here, like in the style. I guess I do want to do like a little bit of a broader stroke with this, just like kind of like, oh, too broad. Yeah, a little bit less. That's why. I'm using the wrong smudge brush. I like this guy's. Yeah, there we go. That explains a lot, actually. Okay, then we do linear light, and then we do about 40%. That's the Derringer. It's done. I also wonder if I did too much, like if it's too detailed. Let's look at... Yeah, it might actually be too detailed. I think it is. Let's do, let's get rid of this on here. As nice as it looks, it's too much. Feels bad getting rid of it, but let's just start with this and then go from there. Honestly, get rid of all that. Okay, we need to keep some of it. That is the conclusion I've drawn from here. About that, but I do want to make this a little less obvious. I'm trying to figure out where the line is between too detailed and not detailed enough. You know? How does this hammer on this gun look? I think that's my problem. The hammer isn't... I was like interpreting the image wrong. The hammer's more like this. It doesn't look right. There we go. That's better. Is there actually a sight on this thing? I guess so, like a little iron. That's probably a little more in line with the style, though. I think what I might want to do actually is just take my eraser. We want this tool. I want to just eat away at the edges a little bit. Kind of a funny looking pistol, huh? Okay, I think that's good. File, we'll save, and then we'll file, export, PNG. Really need to change the file path. It's super broken. Derringer. Still got about 45 minutes. We could probably do one more. Let's drink a drink of water. Okay. Let's actually just implement this right away. Why not? Player icons. So it should be as simple as do this, copying the file path, pasting the file path in here, and then going back to our project and refreshing the CSV. Look at that. It's beautiful. All right, should we do tomahawk? Why not? Yellow, right? I just know this person's gonna try to sell me art. They always have AI image of their freaking thing in the Discords. It's just like, come on. Okay. Tomahawk. Tomahawk. Tomahawk, not tomahawk. Interesting. I don't know. It literally just only comes up with steaks, which is wild. I mean, not only, but mostly. I mean, were their weapons, like, a lot of them that are coming up are, like, metal, but, like, were they actually... steel? I guess so. I was like, I know a lot of them were probably, like, stone, but... I guess metal isn't that uncommon with, like, a more, like, primitive society, right? Like, axes are pretty, like, one of the first kind of weapons that you would make. I think the way I'm going to do this, I'm just going to do, like, this sort of design, and then I'm going to, like, the shape I'm going to copy, but the little extra bits on it I'm going to do myself. Like to get the proportions. A lot of these have like much bigger axe heads in like a lot of the art, which, you know, looks more interesting, but let's go for a little more accuracy, I suppose. Although when I did the throwing knife, it's probably not accurate because it looks more like a modern day throwing knife, but sometimes you do stuff for readability too. I don't know. I'm trying to be too accurate here. It's actually better if I make it look sketchier. Fits the style more. That's literally all there is to it there. That was a little much. Cool. I like the idea of like, yeah, having the wraps be visible. It's tied to the top. And then I guess the blade edge is kind of cool to see. And then this sort of design. Little feature there. I want to do some like more like other types of art soon. Like more, I don't know, something more involved. Something that like test your might, you know? It's interesting that the embellishments are in like the middle, right? Like you think the embellishments would be at the bottom or at the top, but a lot of the like feathers and stuff are like in the middle, which I find very interesting. Like aesthetically, it doesn't seem as to make as much sense, but in my mind, but what do I know? Alrighty, there we go. Which I guess I'm just gonna fill this in completely. And then we'll just add all the stuff in negative space. Kind of keep the impression of where we're wanting to add that though. I guess I could do the same here. Yeah. I don't know. Just gonna draw on at this point. My brain is so messed up on like what day it is. I was like, anyone got any plans for the weekend? It's like, it's still like the middle of the week. I mean, I guess, you know, that means the weekend is coming up, but it does feel weird. Doesn't feel like it's, feels late. Feels late in the week. I think. I think it feels early in the week. Okay, that's looking cool, I think, personally. Let's add some feathers, because I think that looks cool, personally. I guess a lot of the stuff isn't actually... Some of the reason for the dangly bits here is because it's what's wrapping the thing here, and they don't clean it up, right? So this should be my other brush. Like the wrappings are just left kind of as a... to just be free. I find interesting. A lot of time things are designed because they make sense to be designed that way. Who would have thought? How do you draw a feather? That's the real question. It is like a point, and then it goes like this, and it goes to a different point. It doesn't really get wider like I drew it, but we'll fix that. There we go. And then we just subtract to give it its shape. I guess this wouldn't be visible here. Like, we would not see this. I don't know, how are we feeling? Does this look good? Are we looking good here? How we doing? How do? I can see why people dramatize, as it were, the handle, or like the head of the axe, and I might do that, even though I think it's definitely less accurate, because usually you don't want a giant axe head, but I think for looks it might just be nicer. We just do something like this. Maybe. Nah. I don't know, it's probably fine. trying to think if there's anything else I want to do to this. Look at other ones that exist out there real quick to see if there's anything I think is cool. Add any sort of designs. I mean, maybe I could do a few more, like one more feather. A smaller one, maybe. I think the one problem I have here, and maybe it's just me, but I think this looks like a little bit twisty. I don't know. I think that looks a little bit better. Oops. Okay, that's a tomahawk. And this is how I got stuff done in this style so fast, because it's how I got a project done in 24 hours. You choose a very simple style, and that is the way to do it. That's how it's done. File, export, PNG. A tomahawk. Tomahawk. I guess tomahawk makes sense as well. I was just like thinking pronunciation. Tomahawk or tomahawk? How many syllables? Well, I guess it's still the same number of syllables, but where's the pronunciation? Any hoodles. What's next? Let's import this, I guess. Let's go to dexterous. Layouts. Nope, images. Tomahawk. Did I just... I don't know what I did. Upload. Oh, there we go. Okay. Didn't hit the upload button. Helps to do that sometimes when you want to upload things. Who would have thought? we go. Tomahawk. Oh, stretch break. We're only gonna be here for another 25 more minutes. Which honestly might just be enough time to get everything done, but we shall. Oh, Subatomic Surfer. Sorry, my brain was trying to parse out what that was. Thank you for the follow. How you doing today? Or if you prefer to lurk, that's fine. You don't have to say anything, but hello. Hey, what's up, man? I am working on cards for my game. My voice keeps cracking because my allergies are acting up, apparently. Doing my what's it called? We're making a, I guess like the best way I can put it is like a party game, card game. Very conveniently, so am I, and the same website too, Dexterous, I'll assume. Yes, 100%. Dexterous is awesome. Cool to see a fellow card game dev out there. There's not, at least not many of us, I don't know, I haven't found that many people who are actually using Dexterous and stuff. But welcome. Glad to have you here. I'm more so going down the Hearthstone route. Makes sense. Yeah, I have 2 games right now. I've got, this is more of like cutthroat party game, like screw over your friends, and then I also have the complete opposite of that, which is like a TCG where you a cooperative TCG. At least that's the idea. I don't know if it's really going to be a trading card game, but you know, this one functions more like Magic or Hearthstone or something like that. But current one I'm working on, just want to do a little bit more work on it. This was for a 24-hour project originally, and I'm just spending a little bit more time on it. So yeah, actually I can show you. This is what the original game looked like. Obviously this is Tabletop Simulator. You probably already know that if you're working in Dexterous. But yeah, this is what the original game looked like. It's pretty solid, honestly, for but yeah, for a 24-hour game. But actually looks really well made. Thank you. Yeah, honestly, I just kind of played to my strengths and did what I could in the time I had. Yeah, and there's like, so basically there's different like events that you draw, and then players fight over the events. Well, not the shops, but the creature parts. And then you basically blind bet stuff and you screw each other over. That's basically the whole goal of the game. If you want, you can, if you're have any sort of stuff you want to share about your game, I would love to see it. Either, well, I guess you can post links, at least you should be able to. If not, you could always join my Discord where we talk about that kind of stuff. Or at least the goal is to talk about that kind of stuff. It's still small. But if you like. I don't know if you found me from YouTube or you just found me randomly, but I do a lot of that kind of stuff on YouTube as well. So I've got YouTube videos on my development process. Life is absolutely no design ability. So right now, all of my cards are white background with a black box, black text. Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's totally fine, right? You just got to prototype first, and then getting the design is, you know, the whole, you can do that after. Making the game functional is definitely not necessarily more important, but very crucial, right? Trying to make the game functional and enjoyable before I work on graphics. Yeah, that's definitely, yeah, like I said, definitely a fair thing to do. I like the art aspect, so I like doing both at once, but or like jumping back and forth when I need a break from one to the other, right? But that's me. I totally understand that way of thinking that you're talking about. Chicken's foot. Do we? All right, what do we do next? Do we do art for the chicken's foot, or do we do art for a loaded deck? Chicken's foot is so funny. We added like 4 more cards. By we, I mean just chat here. But right now I'm fleshing out the construct tribe. Construct. Sorry, I'm dyslexic, so if I read anything wrong, I apologize. All about token creation, token sacrifice, and upgrading counters. Okay, nice. Very cool. I like that. I can dig that. Yeah, I'm doing art mostly right now. We just designed 4 cards earlier, and now we're just kind of doing art on top of that. Or doing art for said thing. Let's do that then. A chicken's foot. Let's look up a chicken's foot. What does that look like? Yeah, for me, I mean, for this project, I had to get it done in 24 hours. So focusing on graphics wasn't really something I could do. I mean, I did it, right? But it's worth noting that this is kind of gross. Sorry, I'm just looking up chicken feet. It's used in curses and stuff, apparently. So we're doing a chicken's foot. Most of this project I did tracing, right? They're all silhouettes. I played to my strengths. Which in my case here is like rendering stuff out and making it look nice after the fact, but like getting the anatomy maybe is the wrong word, but you know, the general shape of things I can do, especially if you trace over an object, and then just making it rendering out afterward. Big text, hold on. The main gameplay loop is with the constructs is either you create a bunch of 1/1 tokens, okay, and overwhelm your opponent with them, create a bunch of tokens and sacrifice them, trigger special effects, makes sense. Place a bunch of upgrade counters on your units, which passively gain +1/+1, okay. And build a giant beatdown card with ridiculous stats, or placing extending upgrade counters and trigger the effects. Sorry for the wall of text. No, you're totally good. I got you. That, yeah, I mean, that totally makes sense. Yeah, just like all the cool interactions you can have with tokens. I like that idea. That's fun. Yeah, token counters or token like cards are super useful. I don't necessarily have them in my, like I said, my other game's a little more like a trading card game kind of deal. I don't really have them exactly, but the enemy deck basically has, it's like an automated deck that, because it's cooperative, right, the game, so you have to have like an opponent. So the enemy deck has like minions, which are essentially like tokens. So yeah, I've done a little bit of stuff with that, but not quite. It's definitely a great concept. It's a very ingenious concept. Ingenious is a weird term. It feels like it should mean not genius, but it doesn't. I don't like looking at this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like looking at this chicken foot. There we go. And I made it, so that's saying something. I don't know if this is quite the right look, though, either. Might need, like, more than one, or... Problem is it only is showing 3 of its 4... whatevers. Might do, like... have the other one, like, pointing out here. Something, I don't know. Art hard, you know? But yeah, so you got a token, or a, yeah, construct. Do you have multiple, like, how many deck types do you have? Or, like, I guess different types of, I guess deck type is the right word, right? Elements, whatever you want to call them, depending on what game you're playing, right? Right now there are 10 tribes with planned out game styles, but only 2 with more than 1 or 2 cards. Makes sense, yeah. That definitely makes sense. Yeah, it's hard to flesh out that many decks, right? So starting with a few and then adding more as you go probably makes sense. The 2 being construct and dark cards. Nice. How does dark cards function? If you want to explain it. It's all about removal and reducing enemy stats. Okay, makes sense. Problem with this is I feel like you can't see the third leg here, a third finger. So I think honestly just adding it in like here-ish. Looks so weird. I love it. We're here for it. I was taking me back to China. Yum. Well, good. As long as it looks like a chicken foot. Okay. What do you say? It's all about removal. Oh, I already read that. With big boss cards and deck. Sorry. With big boss cards of the deck, Galvan, the greedy, winning. Gaining 1+1 or +1/+1. That's how it's worded. My brain is starting to lose functionality apparently. Whenever the enemy loses or enemy unit loses stats. Okay, very cool. That's fun. Does this look like a chicken foot? Does this look right to you? I'm assuming it does, saying that it made you think of food, so. I don't know if this finger should be here. I think this is probably should be up here, honestly. Because it looks like their hands fingers, toes, whatever the frick you want to call it, foot, is a little more stiff. And so it wouldn't be like reaching all the way that far. Like that's probably better. Maybe. That seems better to me. I don't know if it's actually better, but we sell chicken feet on the sidewalks like Americans sell hot dogs. Yeah, I know like you can, it's like a food, but I've had boiled ones before, I think, which I didn't super care about. Kind of gross to me, but maybe that's just me. I think, you know, hold on, I have an even better idea. Rather than putting it here, let's put it like here. Maybe. I don't know. Because my reference, you can't really see it that I was using. I guess it's, yeah, just hidden behind. I guess it's like the Han. Okay, Han. Third and final idea. Which I guess was kind of similar to my first idea. So, you know, here we are. Give me a second and I think I missed some stuff in chat. Yeah, I did. Give me just a second. Trying to make this work. What did I do? Hello? Oh, I'm hitting the wrong... Am I hitting the wrong button? Why is this not working? I'm on the wrong layer. That explains everything. Okay. It's kind of more like this. It's kind of like tucked away back there. There we go. That's good enough for me. Chicken foot. Four curses. Okay. Let's see. Come out with Kara, Lord of Sickness, effect of reducing enemies' attack whenever they receive spell damage, and demonic spellmaker adding 4 free spells to your hand, dealing 1 damage to a single enemy. Nice. You quickly spiral into having a 12/12 on the board, and your enemy having no attack to deal with it. Very cool. Yeah, it's always fun to have cool combos in a game. That's the dream, right? Maybe this should be upside down because it's a foot. Sure. Why not? Oh wait, I didn't do the I was like, I'm missing something here. It's the smudgening. Everything has to be smudged. Not everything, but it's part of the style. There we go. Export PNG. Chicken foot, chicken foot. Oops, I did not mean to click on that. There we go. But yeah, that's actually it seems like cool game. I'm digging that. Sounds pretty rad. All right, let's implement this one. I can definitely feel my brain power failing at this point. I do have one more thing to do, and I'm kind of trying to decide if I want to do that or if I should just be done because my brain is no longer functioning. I'm getting the old streamer brain. I think we could probably do one more and just finish it off, and then that way we just literally completed all of that today. And that would be pretty huge, I would say. I think I might be able to not cheat per se, but be able to I have some assets that could help me do the art faster. I have like card icons that I think I could use. Chicken's foot. Look at that. It's beautiful. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it done. I'm feeling spicy, as it were. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into, we've got Soul. I made icons for, this is logos, not icons. I don't remember my file paths anymore. It's been too long since I worked on this game. Soul game 3.0, cards, card testing? No. Asset building. Yeah, this definitely needs to be reworked as far as structure goes, because it is not great. Yeah, it's gotta be under cards. Is it really not under card building? Oh, it is. It's literally there. It's icons. No. 4 stats. Standard stats. Stats effect icons? Yeah. We want this. I could do the deck icon, but I think this will end up being a little bit better. The thought was maybe have it just have like this won't work as quite as well as I wanted it to, because I want there to be 5 cards and do 5 aces. I think that would be a good way to illustrate a loaded deck. Let's just rough this out because it really doesn't need to be good looking, because the game is kind of rustic looking. This isn't gonna work. It's not gonna look good, at least. What tool am I holding? There we go. Control D. Deselect. Deck of cards. I guess maybe the way to do it is just have them all. We're just going to copy this image just for the shape, just to make it easy. Why make it difficult? It already exists. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's a good straight right there. Straight flush, in fact. Right? Yeah. So the idea is to do this. And we'll just make it all aces. Except we'll do different icons too. I just want the shape of the cards because it's easier to do this than... We can lower the opacity on this so we're not just staring at... just a white background blinding us. I feel like I'm losing my voice. It's kind of wild. Probably more water. Is this generated? Where's... God, I think... I'm wondering if this is AI generated. Or am I just losing my mind? No, the cards are just bigger than I thought they were. Like, this line goes all the way out here. Is the card really that wide, though? Right? I guess so, maybe. Sorry, I remember it's an illusion of on my brain. I was like, is that AI generated? It's not. My brain just doesn't work. Beautiful. Yeah, but what card is... I'm losing it. Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to decide if I just leave this as like a... Nah, I should probably fill it in and then just have it be inverse of everything. So I think I can just do this. Just take this and... clean up some of these lines. This probably isn't the smartest thing to just do the art before knowing if the items work, but you can always maybe reuse the concept for something else similar, but wouldn't 100% recommend doing this, but whatever. It's okay. It'll be a-okie dokie. Sometimes doing the art is fun. And you just need to do it. So there we go. There's some cards. We just need to draw the... I think I might just copy the placement here real quick. And I'm back. Yo, Thunder, what up? We're probably not going to be on much longer, but I got to a point where I'm like, I'm erasing on the wrong layer. How did that not work? Oh, it's because I was using the brush and not the eraser. I got to the point where I'm basically like, basically done with this. So it's like, I may as well just do the last card and hang out for a little bit longer. There we go. But wait, I just came back. How could you leave me? I'm gonna be here until this is done, but I won't leave you quite yet. I'll be here for another maybe 10 minutes most. I want to get this card finished and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure I was doing the right number of aces here. We want 5. It is a loaded deck. Yeah, we'll be here for a smidge longer. Just a smidge, and then we'll find someone to raid. See if we can find someone cool. Oh, like that. This is, gosh, I can't read. Ooh, nice. I like that. This for that. Go, loaded deck, go. Yes, indeed. Reading is hard. Reading is hard. I've got 5 aces. That's like a quote from something that no one probably has seen. There's like a it's super old. I don't even know where it was, but there was like this animated short of like Halo, and it was like a parody thing. And for some reason it's just in my head for the rest of my life. I have 5 aces, but there's only 4. And that's pretty much all I remember from that short, but here we are. Why it had anything to do with Halo, I don't know. All right, Thunder, because you're here, you get to choose, and I guess because you know, came up with the idea for a loaded deck, what is the, what additional ace should there be? What suit? You get the honor of choosing that. I know, it's a great honor, but... Fifth ace could be a suit of Scalds? Interesting. Okay. We could do that. I was thinking of Skull too. Okay. Cool. I wouldn't have thought of that, to be honest. So, we'll do that. I'm cool with that. I would have just done like an extra like ace of spades, probably. If I'm being honest. I like either or. We'll see. This was looking better before. Hold on. My brain is breaking from like erasing versus placing. I mean, that's good enough. It's, you can tell it's a spade, sort of. I guess the problem is that, nope. Wait, yeah. I don't know why I'm failing so hard at this, but here we are. Good enough. Just get all the A's in right away. That serif font there. Let's save before it crashes or anything. Still can't leave well enough alone. There we go, good enough. Clubs. I don't like how much clubs and spades look alike. It's always a good idea to save. Save, save. Indeed. Save, 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 save. Always be saving. Never not be saving. Yeah, for some reason this is messing with my brain because I'm to draw I am erasing, and to erasing I am drawing, and it's just my brain doesn't understand that right now. I also need to be working with like a smaller brush size. That's why I can't quite get the shape I want. Because my brush is too big. It's good enough. A skull. I feel like a skull, the only well, we'll try it. No, we could do. We could cheat. Armies against entropy. Art. Where's icons? Art. No. Layout. Icons. I think a skull might be hard to draw in that low of resolution, but we'll see. We want the skull. I was having a hard time finding this one last time too, wasn't I? Just go like this. And or the suit of corruption to keep the theme in the game too. Honestly, it kind of works with this too, because damage is also this skull. So I think that'll work. Because like the damage card is this skull. It could be the corruption icon too. That could be cool. What's this card do again? It lets you draw an additional. Do we want to look at both? Oops. Not me to zoom in that much. That's a skull. We'll have to rough it up a little bit so it doesn't look so clean, but... So that's option A. Option B would be to go to... Actually, it might be in this... No, it's not in here. We go to... Player card? Nope, this isn't it. This one. Or I can just... Nope, not that. I need the... This one. It's in here somewhere. Corruption. Corruption would, like, arguably make more sense. I don't know if it really matters that much, but... a little less of a clean icon, but that might be okay. I have the feeling the skull... Well, this will look cleaner once I do that. Hold on. Alt click. Go here. Skull might be a little bit better. What do we think? Corruption versus the skull. Let's do this. Control L? No. I think the skull was better. Yeah, I agree. It was worth a shot, though. Keep zooming in by accident. I apologize. The skull's just a cleaner look. I am gonna rough it up a smidge just because it's too clean, but just compared to the other like icons I drew. There we go. Yeah, corruption maybe is slightly more fitting, but I don't think it actually doesn't look as good. And arguably not that much more fitting. It's fine. There we go. Now we just need to smudge some of the edges. Give it that look. And then we change it to linear light and 40%. That's the card. I actually almost like how the skull is a little bit more clean because your eye kind of gets drawn to it and like makes you be like, why does something look wrong here? You know? Anyway, that is done. Loaded deck. Just making sure that's what I called it. Export, PNG. Loaded deck. Save. I don't need any of this anymore. That doesn't need to be saved. That's good. We can minimize. We don't need the game open anymore. I don't really need to be closing all the stuff on stream, but whatever, here we are. Y'all are just forced to be here. Okay. We want... And I probably could have given you a better view of like all that drawing, but you know, here we go. Here we are. Could have done my other display, but I lost track of where I was, so here we are. And I'm just mumbling, so ignore me. Drop this last icon in. Upload. No, it's perfect, but besides, it's only me in chat right now. Fair enough. Yep, truly is only you. I was like, is there anyone else? Anyone lurking? But nope, just you. Well, sometimes the count is inaccurate, so. All right, let's. This is the second stream in a row I've gone farther, or gone longer than I normally do. See how it looks. Let's hope there isn't. I was gonna say, let's hope there isn't text right over the freaking skull. I actually don't think I want this spaced that much, but I don't know why it keeps doing. Well, I don't know. That's hilarious though. Let me just try this. We only go to go to your goal. Now I would you mind if I share your channel on other games creating? Sorry, I can't read. Only 4 to go to your goal now. Oh yeah, we're at 70 will be the next goal. Would you mind if I spread your channel on other game creating channels I watch? Yeah, I mean, just, you know, obviously be respectful with that and stuff. I know some people don't like when you like go into a chat and then just start, you know, talking about other people, but yeah, if it's yo Tice, as long as it's not mine. Yeah, just, you know, obviously just be cool about it, you know. Just don't like solicit people. There's some people who like just don't understand boundaries, and that's where it's can be weird, but yeah, as long as you're cool about it. But yeah, we're about to end, Ty, so you're here just in time for it to be over. We created 4 new cards today. We've got the loaded deck. What do you still need for affiliate? Honestly, I only need average watch hours. I have, you know, all the everything else. I just need whatever. Just need watch hours. Which kind of sucks, but it's partly, I think, because I dual stream. Speaking of dueling and wielded. But I've been trying to push people from my YouTube to my Twitch, and that's been working, so we'll see. Yeah, I added a few new cards to Blackridge. I guess you probably haven't seen it in a bit. There's the Chicken's Foot, the loaded deck. We've got a Derringer now and a Tomahawk. I wanted to add a few new cards, so just so we could have a little bit more variety. And I upped the count because a lot of time the deck was running out. The event deck we made look nice too, just like the player cards. The Iron Reaper is a new art for that because I wasn't happy with it. Same with the Railroad Wraith, Train Ghost, of course. But yeah, everything's looking a lot nicer. And then there is going to be a corruption deck. This is not finished, but once you die, the corruption will be able to be played because that was one of my original ideas that I just never got to. So we're gonna try that out and see if that is fun to play with. But Railroad Wraith art goes hard. Yeah, honestly, I thought it was gonna be stupid because it's like, okay, ghost, a train that's a ghost. Like, here, let me pull it up without the there we go, without all the text. There it is. Yeah, it's it's like kind of silly, but actually looks way better than I thought it would. Like, you think a train that is a ghost would be silly, but kind of looks cool, surprisingly. And in like a little bit of a silly way, but yeah, I'm also happy with the other one. What was the other one? The Iron. Did I delete? There it is. This guy I'm happy with too. Yeah, watching you pimp that ride was cool. Loving the smoke and the rails look like a straight up picture there. It looks amazing. The highlights on the metal perspective make it look great. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I try to like use negative, like using negative space is like one of the really like important things with this style, because it's a silhouette, right? So you only have so much work to do, or so much, that's not what I meant to say, so much you can do with the style. So I think the part of the reason the tracks look good is I did a lot of this I am doing, if I'm being completely honest, I am doing some tracing, although I don't know if I even have the thing I traced over in the first place. There's a little bit of tracing going on, but of course, you know, I have to make the silhouette look good. So, you know, it is what it is. Gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway, I think that's everything for today, and then we'll just have to, I think Friday I might try to do a play test. I don't know of whether it's going to be this game or of armies. Probably of armies, because I haven't done it in a while and we've been doing a lot of Blackridge content. Plus I don't really want to have to export all this, get it all set up, and then do it. So maybe this will be like next Friday, but yes, raid time. Anyone got any good suggestions for raids? Yeah, I think we're good there. Let's go to my face while I look. Otherwise, I will find someone. Friday, too bad we're replacing all the breaker box, which I will have to watch after. It is a later stream, so hopefully maybe that works out for you, but Friday, it has to be like playtest days if I'm doing it with someone else, because, you know, most of my friends work, so it has to be later in the day usually. What are we feeling? We feeling art? We feeling game dev? We feeling I mean, I can never find, like, there's only a few times I've ever found anyone who is doing trading card game stuff, especially making trading card game stuff. That's a harder ask. So we'll look. We're looking. Maybe we'll just join another art person. I don't know. Or I guess I could see who we know too. Yeah, the guy I was gonna raid earlier isn't there. Welcome, let's see. Search. Channels, Waco. I do not see it, so probably not. Oh wait, hold on. No. Yeah, it's not popping up for me. Let's see. Actually, let me see something. Let me see if my Twitch is being dumb. I'm curious. Give me a sec. Because it's not even popping up as like a... Okay, yeah, no. It wasn't even popping up as an option for some reason. Okay, lastly, let's just look at art. We like art here. Who do we raid? Who do we raid? Who do we raid? I don't know. Problem is my brain is like so fried at this point. Oh wait, oh wait, no, I rated that person before, but it wasn't who I was thinking it was. This is always such a struggle for me. Half these people are like BRB screen right now. We could just raid that person, but shrug. I'm like, that person seems cool. And it's like, that's not in English. Yeah, I don't have suggestions either, Rip. Yeah, I'm like struggling right now. My brain is just fried. People doing Blender. I've streamed for too long officially. Potentially could just be a point where I just like, you know, whatever. But I like rating. It's important, I think. Okay, we will pick, you know what, screw it, because I can't think anymore. We're gonna raid someone we already know. We're gonna raid this person. We're gonna raid Shade. I raided her once before. Her art seems cool, so we're just gonna do that. Could do Irish John games. He's always making sure rating channels get a minute to show off what they worked on. Actually, I think I know. Is he on? I think I know him. I think I know him from your raids, is what I mean. He's on. Okay, we'll do it. Why not? YOLO. He's the one making the ship game, right? Yeah. Okay, let's do it. We'll do him. Deal. All right. Goodbye, everyone. I will see you all on Friday if you can make it. Otherwise, I will see you when I see you. Sorry, the artist taking the raid from you. Yeah, apologies. We'll raid her some other time. I've already raided her before at least once, so here we go. Irish John, let's go. All right, guys, I will see you all when I see you. Bye.